Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back and checking it out. I know it's been a little while since I've posted new content, but today I have something new to show off finally. Dune Bloodlines, the expansion, with a promo card there that came with it. Take that off there. But yeah, this is the latest expansion for Dune Imperium. For both the Uprising game and the original Dune Imperium game. Although my understanding is, I think it's a little better for Uprising. There's a little bit more content for Uprising. But it does work with both, so if you only have regular Dune Imperium, you can still use this expansion. But yeah, let's get into it and see what it's all about. Okay, so let's get this thing opened up here. I believe this is just a card and some minis expansion only. There's no new board or anything like that. So first off, we go in here. Starts off with the rulebook, obviously. Got a nice picture of the Sardaukar on the cover there, which makes sense since they're prominently featured in this expansion. The usual stuff, full color manual as always, nice glossy paper. Same thing you'd expect from everything else with this line, so nothing new or exciting there. Let's see, there are some new tech tiles, so these can be used if you're using Rise of Ix or without it. This game kind of has a mini Rise of Ix built into it, so I think this would kind of work well, even on its own without Rise of X, but work maybe even better with it. But I think Rise of X works really well with the base game. So I think this kind of mini Rise of X with here with Uprising added with Immortality, I think would be really cool. But anyway, we'll take a look at these real quick. I'll just kind of move past the camera for a moment so you can kind of make them out. If you need to pause or anything, feel free to do so. I'm not going to read over every card or anything. So it's the first one, and then the second one is here. Okay. And then we have some new, well, some of these pieces popped out of here. Hang on a second. Those little Sardaukar tokens popped out in transit, so they're not in there like they should be. So give me 1 second here. Put those back so we can read them better. So these are the tokens you get using the Sardaukar commanders. They give you extra abilities in the combat and ongoing abilities. So that's what all these are, and then you have new location here. That's an actual just new location added to the board if you're using Esmar Tuek as your leader. Otherwise, you don't use this. And that's kind of cool because it's another spice mining location, it's another combat location, and it's another sandworm summoning location. So he brings a lot to the table if you're using that leader. These are the other contracts that are included with this one. There's those. See now we'll get these little guys first. So these are the Sardaukar commanders, the plastic ones. There's also black cube versions of them here if you're just using the cubes, if you don't have the deluxe set with all the minis. So if you want to keep everything uniform, these are larger black cubes than the other cubes that come in the game. But if you're using the minis, then why wouldn't you? These are the Sardaukar minis. Let me see if I can kind of get that to focus on him a little bit. Good detailing. He's more the size of the soldiers rather than the agents, so he's much smaller. So I don't know if it's as necessary to paint him, since they're just all going to be in white anyway. They're probably okay to leave unpainted. I mean, if you want to paint them, you can. But I don't know if they're necessary to paint, just like the little soldiers weren't necessary to paint. But you do get, how many of these guys? 1, 2, 3, 7. You get 7 of them. And that's those guys. And now, the new leaders. Let's get this band off of here. So now you get Duncan as a leader. Pretty cool. Again, I'll just go through these kind of quickly, and just you can pause if you need to read them. And as always, they do have the little summary sheet on the back to explain, how to play if you have any new players or need reminders or anything. Chani is a new leader. Twisted Mentat, Piter de Vries. Esmar Tuek, as I had mentioned before. A Guild Navigator, that's kind of cool. Since they haven't shown him in the movies yet, they don't show him here either, so that's kind of clever. Just kind of keep him mysterious, since Denny has not decided what they're going to look like yet. Count Fenring, to go with Lady Margot. Reverend Mother Mohiam is a leader now. That's interesting. Obviously her stuff focuses heavily on spies. So if you're just using the base game, you wouldn't even use her, because, I mean, you could, but you really wouldn't get the ability, you know, of her signet ring if you're just using the base game. Liet Kynes is a leader now. And Coda Odax of Ix, who's either a new character or one of the ones that kind of popped up in the Brian Herbert books, that I don't know exactly which ones that would be at this point, but anyway. They do have some deep cuts on some of these characters. I had to actually look them up sometimes. Like, oh, that is actually somebody that was mentioned before. So here is the tech track for Ix, for the Ix stuff in this, the Ix Embassy as they call it in this one, as you can see right there. So it's a little sideboard, not a whole new board. So there is a little sideboard in there. And then we have our new intrigue and conflict cards. So get this open real quick. These are always kind of a hassle. There we go. Let's go through these quickly. So these are the conflict cards. These are intrigue at this point. So there's only, sorry, I kind of went through this quickly. So far there was only 2 conflict cards. Everything else has been intrigue cards so far. So these 2 were the conflict cards. And everything else that I've done so far has been intrigue cards. So continuing on with that. Let me separate these out so I don't confuse that again. Okay. Lots of new intrigue. Okay, now these are other intrigue cards. I believe, yeah, these are only for using the Ix stuff. And then these that I'm about to show you are the ones that, oh, and this one too, sorry. This one if you're using the Emperor. And then these are ones that come with, hi Ringo, that are used if you're using Piter de Vries. He has his own deck of intrigue cards that are all his and his alone. Hi, buddy. Oh, please. Okay, come on through. He just likes to make sure everybody can see him, that's all. Okay, and then last but not least, the actual cards. The Imperium cards for the game, for the expansion. You trying to help me open these cards? I'd appreciate it. Can I use your claws? Thanks for the help. Alright. This is where I would do some editing if I was more inclined, but I'm not, so just bear with me while I get this stupid thing off of here. Fast forward if you have to. grief. Usually these are not that hard to open. Okay, here we go. There we go. Whew, well, that was a chore. Alright, so anyway, these should all be intrigue cards, and there's a few others, so we'll get to that in a minute. I mean, not intrigue cards, Imperium cards. So again, I'll just go through these as I did before. Another sandwalk. That's a cool card. A cool artwork. Anyway, the artwork in this game is always just so good. Just everything is just really evocative of the movie. Even the stuff that's not in the movie just looks like it should be in the movie, just like just off camera or something. So it's one of those games that I'd like to have like an art book for it. Oh, that's a cool one. Intelligence training. Away. And then these are the ones if you're using the contracts. Deliver logistics. Bureaucrat. And the 2 Ixian ambassadors. And then there's a few extra cards in here for the 6-player game. Let's see, we have... Well, these are the rivals. So if you're playing a solitaire game or a 2-player game against a rival and you're not using the app, you can use these. I do recommend the app. It makes things a whole lot easier. But have, you know, a rival for every leader in the game. So that's what these are for. And then these are the House Segal cards. There are no actual cards that are special for the 6-player game. But these are ones that get added for solitaire or 2-player play. Obviously these are just for single player because they just have the 1-player option at the top. And they're all the same card, just acquire tech. Let me move my thumb out of the way. And then the other one is 2x Siege, was added if Esmar 2x is in the game. So that is it. Oh, I almost forgot the promo card. Okay, so sorry about that. I left it in the other room. I had to go get it real quick. So because we pre-ordered this directly from Direwolf Digital, they always include a promo card whenever you pre-order something. So this one came with the Ruthless Leadership promo card. If you have one or more Sardaukar commanders in the conflict, you can trash 2 cards. And then you get an influence and a sword. And then I guess if you have a command, you can do the command if you have 6 or more influence. You get to basically go into the combat anyway. I believe that's how the rule works. I haven't read the rule book yet. So, but anyway, that is it. Just give me 1 second, we'll give my final thoughts, and we'll go from there. Well, I just realized in my haste to show the promo card that I forgot to show the navigation cards. These are ones that if you're playing the Guild Navigator, since he does not have a Signet Ring ability, he gets these instead. So, I don't know exactly how that works yet. I haven't read the rules, but I know that that's basically what's involved in it. So I'll just go through these real quick, too, before we wrap up the video. And I do know one thing about it. There's like certain things where you place them in certain slots. So the fact that if you can get this in early, apparently, the fact that you just spend a water to get Spice Must Flow cards is crazy. So I'll have to see how that works, but that's like super, super strong. Okay, so that is now actually it. That is all the contents of the Bloodlines expansion. So I will go ahead and wrap up the video here, give you my final thoughts, and close it out. So that is Dune Imperium Bloodlines expansion and all the goodies within it. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to be getting this expansion? I can't wait to get it to the table. I'd play it tonight if I could, but it'll definitely be played this weekend. Lots of cool content in this, just all the new characters and everything else. The little Sardaukar commander guys are super cool. There we go. Can't wait till they get painted. My wife will probably kill me for that. But we'll see. They may not need a whole lot of paint because they're already white anyway, and Sardaukar have white outfits, so there may not be a whole lot of detail on that. So she might not completely kill me, or she might even teach me how to paint them. Who knows? But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out the channel. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Are you playing Dune Imperium? Are you playing it Uprising? Did you get them for Christmas? Are you getting Bloodlines? Do you have any of the other expansions? Let me know what you think. I feel like the sweet spot on this is going to be Uprising mixed with Immortality, and I think base Dune Imperium mixes best with Rise of Ix. I think that's kind of the way that works. I think Immortality works really well with both, but I think it will work better with this one, just not only because of the time period this one happens in, but it feels more like this was made with that kind of, we've already got expansions in mind kind of thing. But anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks a lot.